for this idea to create this award. And the idea is to recognize outstanding contributions made by Latin American scientists to the fields of statistical mechanics and nonlinear science. As you know, in South America, so it's sometimes very hard to do science, we don't have funds, and so on. And that is asking me to speak up a little bit about Jason, and this is Jason Gallas. Since I know Jason since I was an undergraduate student as a scientific investigation, master degree, and so many collaborations. So he died last year, and then we decided to give this award today in honor of Jason. Okay, so starting with the most important thing, the family. So here is Jason. Okay, he was married to Marcia. They had two children, Michelle and Daniel. And Michelle is married to Arthur, and they have children Luca and Mila, and Daniel is married to Clarissa and his daughter. So Jason was always very proud of his family, of his children and grandchildren, was always telling stories about them, and so it's really nice, this part of it. So about the short CV, yeah, he started to study physics in 1973 to 75 at the Federal University in Greenland, and then he did his master in the same university. In 1979, he got a position at the Federal University in Santa Catarina, Florianopolis. At that time, you could get a position just with a master's degree. And then in 89 to 83, he went to the PhD in München, the Maximilian University. And the same year, he did a postdoc at Max Planck Institute for Quantum Optics. And then in 1992 to 93, a postdoc in the University of America. And then later on in 1995 to 2012, he became a professor again in the same university in Porto Alegre. So, and after that, we went to Paraíba, João Pessoa, and got a position there as a full professor. So his life, he supervised 12 masters, 7 PhD, 4 postdocs. He has had around 207 publications, more than 5,000 citations, and 121 collaborators. So for many years he was the top scientific 1A researcher for the CMPQ. And in 2021, he was the list of most influential researchers in the world even by this Stanford University. Okay? So with his collaborators, he published many papers. All these papers, 17 different countries around the world. So you can imagine the subject of the papers was very wide, very broad, and so we try to summarize all this work. We just use it. He started from sand to threads, okay, and then later it will become clear why. So just very short, this first paper from Jason Gallas, you cannot see with Hans Hermann and Sokolowski about granular media. Convection cells, they had a container was shaking in this way, and then you can the particles, 200 particles, they start to move like they were a fluid. Yeah? And the granular media is very complicated. Yeah? Depending on the density, you can have the motion of a solid body. Depending on the density, it can be a fluid, or not a fluid, but move more or less. Like, and then they observe this and these matters, Here is another example, and then they should show that there is some spacing only in the vertical direction and not in the. Then they start to study. So from sand, first one, and then later on with Thorsten from the airline in Germany, they did the same, but the container is shaking now horizontally. Then you can see here this video. Yeah, the sand, you see, it's going down here, and goes up here. And then you also observe that this high here varies. It inflates slowly and goes down. And then we plot it here, this high, and our different frequencies and so on. Okay? And here is another nice paper in this scientific journal from Brazil, also with Hans Hermann. Sorry, you can see. And they also show it here that when you shake a lot of particles with different sizes, and you have this larger ball here, it goes after times it's smaller. So this is all I know about granular science, okay? And then we come to the shrimps, and as Marcelo showed many pictures, these were letters from Gallas, and these were the first time somebody coined the name shrimp to these structures. And I imagine this is for the Hello lab. Here are the parameters A and B, and as you may know, the colors here indicate periodic motion, and when you go along constant B, you find the double bifurcation diagram. Okay? And Y is the periodic. And here is another picture from Marcelo that is associated with the shrimp. More pictures. Here you see connected shrimps. You see 3, 6, and so on, 20, and so on. And we don't have all the shrimps, but we have all other kinds of structures with higher fields. And they appear. And so why is this important? The very one point is such structures, or shrimps and others, they are expected to be genetic. This means that if you take any nonlinear dynamical system, chaotic system, dissipative, you expect to see such structures in the parameter space. And this is really important. It doesn't matter, and imagine if you have a completely chaotic system, it's boring. But if you have a mixture of regular and chaotic dynamics, it's very important. And all the relevant dynamics usually is here inside the structures. Okay, that's the point. So, and much more. Marcelo also showed pictures. And Jason was also interested in analytical properties, discrete dynamic systems. Take here, for example, the Hello map, and if you iterate this one time and use the epsilon and the x, the epsilon here and x, and then you have a polynomial. And you can solve this. Equal 0 is easy to solve. You find the orbital points of period 1. If you iterate for the second time, you get this polynomial. 4th order. But if you factorize it, you get the same polynomial for the first, because the second is also the first at the time, and then you get another polynomial. And you can solve it. But if you go more and more iterations, the polynomial's degree increases very much, and you cannot solve it analytically. Then you see, for example, after just 4 iterations, you get this polynomial, this coefficient here, as a function of A and B, so it becomes very complicated. And Jason always was interested, how can we factorize these polynomials? How can we relate the orbital points between this guy, and so on. He has a lot of works also related to such analytical properties. Okay? So, and that's why, after Jason died, Imre Janus, he also a good friend from Jason, he proposed we should create a special issue in honor of Jason. And then he invited some guys, and we accepted, some of us accepted. This is Pedro Link. This is the first PhD student from Jason. He's from Portugal, but he did his PhD here in Portugal. And now he's a professor in Oslo. And Thorsten from Erlangen, I think, in Germany, and myself. And so, and the title of this special collection is from Sandy Shrimps, one of the professors of Gallas. So, because he coined shrimp, and here summarize all the issues Jason worked with, and you are invited to also submit a paper to the special issue. The submission deadline is August 16th, Jason Thursday. Okay? And additional curiosities, Jason was always very proud of his paper with his daughter, his wife, himself. So you can mention his Gallas, and Gallas. And then another curiosity, how we know the table of integrals and so on that side. Yeah, and Jason found an error. So, and then in the end of the book you can see acknowledgements where is the name of Jason because he found an error. So, many years ago he was also very low because he put it in his homepage solutions of the Halliday and resonance. Yeah? And many students use it. Nowadays, I think everyone can find the solutions of the problems he needed. In that time, not so. So and then, when he went to João Pessoa, in northern Brazil, he always used it in his papers, the address, Instituto de Altos Estudos da Paraíba. This wasn't an institute, it was his apartment, where he lived, yeah? And it was beautiful view. So there was no institute. Here is the paper from what Marcelo mentioned, the last paper from Edward Lawrence. I just want to mention it, he was also very proud about this. And some pictures. I thank Marcel. He sent me some pictures. That is what we have. So this is when Jason was in his PhD in 1982 in Munich. Jason, Michel, Daniel, and Marcel there. And this is 1986. It's the first quantum optics group in fluorine optics. Okay, here is Jason. So you don't know, this is the first group. Paul Reich was his first master student, myself here. And I want to say that it was really important for us at that time. Jason came from Germany, he went for a postdoc, a lot of energy, he was very demanding, but for us it was very stimulating to do science, to work. As you know, people know he worked a lot, all the time, all the day, and for us it was very impressive for my career. And here are the pictures with Marcel, Stephanie, Ingrid, Hans Zerman, Thorsten Kirschner, Joanna, also from Portugal, and here you see Thorsten and Jason many years ago, and then here also already some shrimps. So this guy is saying this guy. And here in La Paz, Bolivia, again, Milton, Varela, Hermann, Marcel Jason, Imre, Christian, Thorsten, And here we went to the Laboratorio de Física Cósmica Chacaltaya. Where the altitude is 5,200 meters. And it's very hard. Yeah? We went with the bus. Here is Marcia. I took the picture. And Jason is inside the bus. For him, it was too much. He couldn't do it. And I have to say, it's really hard just for guys from like René and Marcelo. They can handle it, but it's really hard to survive this. So this is also in Dresden. Some photos. I think this is Sokolowski. The first paper with the granular medium. I think so. And so Brian Lennon, Pedro Lin. And to finish, those who had the opportunity to spend time with Jason Gallas will remember him for his optimistic and proactive attitude in facing difficulties. His sense of humor combined with a demanding attitude regarding the quality of the scientific work and his logical and crystal clear reasoning. I took this from a memorial. So this is the first Jason Gallas Award given to Marcelo and Mario. And if you have more pictures, Jay, to share with you. And just to finish, in November we will have the fourth national meeting statistics in Curitiba. Okay? If you want more information, please. That's it.
Marcus, so if some of you have memories and want to share about Jason Gallas, you are welcome to do now. Christina.
He worked a lot on lasers, on models on lasers. I don't know. Yeah? And he organized an advanced study group in Dresden. I don't know, maybe Marcia was there too. He also had funding from the Air Force, like I used to do. I don't know if you know this, but
the advanced study group.
He collaborated a lot with, we had lots of common friends on the laser field, top gravity, AED, really know. Lots of all these structures, you can also find them in the laser with injected field.
Yeah, okay.
And he worked a lot on that. And we had a group on advanced study group on extreme events or extreme optical broadways or something like that. And I spent like 15 days with Hassan in Dresden. It was a small, and I had papers thanking the advanced study group. And I was thinking when I met him, but he probably went to one of the first neutrinos that took place. I want to look for those pictures. I think he was one of the first in this community of neutrinos in Montevideo.
Very good. Thank you, Christina. Albert?
Yes, thank you so much. Talk a lot. Well, I'd like to say that the first time I met Jason was at the University of Maryland, when we were there. And later on, talking with Celso Borges, we decided to try to organize the Dynamics Day, the Latin American Dynamics Day. And we contact Jason. And because of the Jason, we get in touch with all the people in South America. And out of that, we organized the first one in Brazil in 2000, I don't know. And it's going on, so Jason is very enthusiastic about the Dynamic States. I think that we have attended, I don't know if it was in Uruguay, but we attended all the Dynamic States. And this year also we are going to have in Argentina. And we also pay our respects in this event to Jason Gallas. And it was amazing here to have this prize, and it deserves that. The one who get the prize actually honor him.
Yes. So thank you very much, Albert. Anyone more? Sharon?
One thing I remember from the conference that Albert mentioned in San Jose, I remember from speaking. But another person that probably you may send an invitation to have chaos is Rudy Sue, because he also worked a lot in shrinking centers.
With these two, it's experimental insurance.
Yeah, he found the shrimps for the first time experimentally.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Any other comments? Okay, so before we are moving forward, so Marcus stayed here. I would like to invite Arturo and Joelson here for the ceremony now. Joelson? Arturo? So I mentioned about the second reason to have this prize, right? Well, in my opinion, there are three important points which guide a scientist. The first one is, by far, the money. Why money? Because you have to pay the bills. You have to live. You have to have a saving to sleep. You have to eat. You have to have conditions to move between activities. And all of these are made by hard work, giving you money. So, first point is money. The second one is goal. You have to have goals along the life. You have to have objectives. And a scientist must have objectives. Some of them can be realized in short time. Some of them can be realized in medium time. And some objectives must take longer to be realized. So, everyone must have goals. And the third and the reason of this award is recognition and reputation. Recognition and reputation comes with time, and time of very hard work. So in this ceremony, we are recognizing two very important scientists in our community, Marcelo Ramirez and Mario Cosesa, which have influences in their own countries, which have formed undergrad, master, PhD students in all of these countries, and have influential results that are used worldwide. And then, we are organizing this conference, we cannot give money for the people. So those are personal choice. Each one of you have personal choice. But we can honor you. And an honor has more significance when it is given among a community where they are recognized. So with this award, delivering to Marcelo and to Mario Cosesa, we strongly recognize your influence among of the community and congratulate you both for the work, for your career, and recognize the effort you have made along of the career to form your students and to support the community in nonlinear dynamics and statistical mechanics. So I kindly ask you for a warm applause for them. I then invite Marcelo for congratulations, Marcelo. I'm very happy for you. This is Stay here, Marcelo. Then we can take the photo with Mark. step up. Well, there is a last announcement before we go.
Can I say a word?
Yes, please.
Actually, I'm very grateful for this recognition, and I think the recognitions for the Bolivian and they gain books presenting common systems in the city. If you can register that, it's the price for the complete system.
Well, I didn't expect such a great honor. Jason Gallas was my friend, and so I am really moved by this. And also I consider this basically a recognition to my group, my students. It's been a collective effort. So same like you, we working with the community. We're not alone. Thank you very much.
So, a last announcement before we go to Cachaçaria. We have to take an official photo. And Vivian reminded me that in the Cachaçaria there is